So, Mr. Selva, it's a great opportunity for us to actually understand, more about the Bujang Valley from you, because you have been there, you have been guiding people over there,
Yeah.
and you have the understanding of the history for the place that we are looking forward to share with our clients, our guests, that who will be visiting us for this retreat program over there. So, to begin with, it's really important for us all, and this is something that we want to, our customers also to understand the uh, number one, the uniqueness of the place from the spiritual aspect and also from the historical aspect. So, if you can shed some light on that, and then I would suggest Yash to actually, lead this discussion from the angle, and I'll help you on that with point.
Yeah, sure.
Please,
So,
Mr. Selva, over to you.
yeah, before
Yes.
we proceed, I always invoke Shiva's presence or our ancestors' present. So I want to thank them first for all our podcasts. We have always invoked them so that we start with their blessings. So go ahead, Mr. Selva Kumaran.
Vanakkam, first of all, to our Mr. Gaurav and Mr. Yash Foundation. I'm Selva Kumaran Peresami from Malaysia. I've been 15 years in the historical site. Actually, my first video I took, for the Bujang Valley, then I publish on the YouTube. Then people start to recognize, what is this, and where is this? And then travel agents start to contact to know more about the Bujang Valley. So actually, I'm not the one who found the Bujang Valley. So Bujang Valley started 1840 by the Colonel James Low. He's the one found some writings in Bukit Mertajam, Penang, inscription. Then he mentioned the inscription. The word himself mentioned that this is a Hindu colony. So start from 1840 until today, various excavation and discussion, research, archaeological activities is going on, and they increase the site. The beginning of Bujang Valley is 200 kilometers square, then become a 400 kilometers square, and today researchers say that Bujang Valley is 1,000 kilometers square. So the question is, how come, Kumar? The first you said 200, then become 1,000. So whenever they found the Candi, the temple, for example, today they found Candi in Thailand, and they found Chandi in the south. So the land marking is increased, the kilometers increase, the circle is increased. That's why now become 1,000 kilometers square.
Mm,
Example.
okay.
So the beginning of I can say about 300 BC. Of course, the carbon dating government is 800 BC, but traders from South India started 300 BC. So the beginning of religion purpose, of course, I can say that Shiva practices, as Madam Yashoda is here. I can say in the first century, the South Indians started to understand Shiva, and before century, like at 300 BC, they used their own belief and concept of rituals. The traders, that's the South Indians. But at the same time, they also believe their own ancestors.
Mm,
We call it Kola Devangal. So this is what the beginning of the Hinduisms. When the king started in the ninth century, the king bring the Shiva practices to the south. Then people follow. Then the traders change, and the rest. Then they give a respect about the Shiva. Then wherever they go, they bring a Shivalinga with them, and that's why Shivalinga we can found in Angkor Wat, in Bali, in Sumatra, in Medan, in Myanmar, in Thailand, in all this Southeast Asia. But even in Philippines, the effect of Chola is there. So this is the historical side. So Bujang Valley, is a pioneer for Angkor Wat and Borobudur. We are the first. After that, Angkor Wat and Borobudur. It means the father is Bujang Valley, the son is Angkor Wat and Borobudur. So, any questions?
Yeah.
If I keep talking, you will be sleepy.
So what are the evidences we have that Lamba Bujang Valley is the father of Angkor Wat and Borobudur?
Okay, the
No
excavation, madam.
evidence we have.
Yeah, we check on archaeological evidence
Okay.
because in the beginning of the British started 1840,
Yeah.
and then they bring a team from the British. They're doing some archaeological research. So they're the one found all the chandis. The chandi means temple in English. So chandi is when they excavate chandis, they found symbols in the chandis,
Mhm.
like a Shivalingas, Shiva practices, and also a Nandi and a Ganapati, and also Buddhism structure also. So it's a mix. So Bujang Valley is a mix of Buddhisms and Hinduisms.
Okay. So
Okay,
these
so yeah,
so these
so
evidences is
uh,
now in archaeological museum or is
yeah,
it somewhere else?
very good question. Now, the beginning of 1930s, the British found all the sites. They bring it to Singapore National Museum and also to Calcutta Museum in India.
Yeah.
Calcutta Museum, they keep most all the evidence there.
Okay.
Second is National Museum Singapore, and third is Malaysia. Of course, because the independence Malaysia 1957.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, there's no a proper way to keep all the artifacts. But I can say Singapore's well developed in 1940s. So that's why most of the information about historical site, we call it the British Asiatic Site, department. So all the information they collect, they keep in the British Museum, Calcutta Museum, and Singapore Museum. And of course, after independence, 1957, then they built the Chandi at present in Bujang Valley.
Okay. So the ones, the archaeological evidences that we have now in the site at Chandi at Lembah Bujang Valley are the remaining items that are not taken to Singapore and Kolkata. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes, they bring artifacts to Singapore and Calcutta.
Okay.
So that's why some of the things are not available in Malaysia.
Hmm.
Even some of the artifacts claimed by India government, especially South Indian government. So some of the artifacts still in a replica basis, the original taken by the Indians, South Indians,
Okay.
they claim back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have visited Kolkata Museum, but I didn't quite see any artifacts there that were uh,
From Malaya.
yes, did not tagged as it is from Malaya.
So you should, of course, I think Calcutta Museum, they got a lot of sections are there in terms of centuries. Maybe we have to check in terms of, we must study first
Mm,
what century Lembah Bujang started.
mm,
So from there we can see, okay, the 7th century, because 7th century is Srivijaya time,
right.
and 9th century is the Chola time.
Yes.
So the Chola time, what are the things, the artifacts they keep there? And of course, the museum curator in Calcutta, they know very well. They must know. So we should ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. I will go through all my artifacts again and see.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we have to check online. Maybe there's an online Calcutta museum.
There is
Maybe, yeah.
most of the ones that I went and I captured the pictures and I wrote a blog about it also.
Oh,
Yeah, I can share the link with you after this. Yeah.
so you go through all the sites in the museum, is it?
Yes, yes.
How big the
Very
museum is?
focused on the archaeological and the, all the olden coins that we had from different dynasty as well, both.
Okay, 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 okay.
And that time there was some what do you call event was going on, so maybe they could have removed some of that artifacts for
Ah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
particular event. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely, madam. Okay, very good explanation. Because even in Malaysia, at present, Ganapati statue in museum. Sometimes the statues bring it to USA for event.
Yes.
So they bring the statue to USA
Yes.
for presentation purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. Gaurav, you had raised your hand.
Yes, actually, I was reading somewhere about the Bhujanga, the Sanskrit meaning, and from the Tamil angle, the Bhujanga stands for scholars. So the matters that that this valley were used to call the valley of scholars. Which means it was more around. It was a place for the spiritual studies or spiritual explorations. So, can you help us understand in
Yeah,
more
yeah,
depth
yeah.
about this?
Okay, okay, okay. Just now you said Pujanga. There's a two meanings. Bujanga and Pujanga. Poland. Pujanga. So the Pujanga mean where is the clever is? Where is the clever people stay? That means the bhikshus, the teaching preachers. This is what the group. Actually, Bujang Valley also a center of studies for the Buddhism, possible Mahayana Buddhisms, because we can say this is the rest point where the Chinese pilgrimage, Korean, Japanese, they once they go to Nalanda universities
Yeah.
those days, they will stop in Bujanga for rest, or maybe set up. Maybe there's a group of Buddhist centers there, so then they will continue to the Nalanda. So that's why we call it Pujanga. Now the term Bujanga stand for the rise of the serpents. Is a meaning given by the traders for terms of prosperity. So there's a two. Yeah.
Okay. So it is a confluence or a center of hub for all spiritual and cultural uh, hub at that point in time, because Angkor Wat is exactly the same. When I went to visit Angkor Wat, I could see some of the sculptures there indicating that the sages were undergoing transformation. And that has been depicted in the wall of Angkor Wat. And I believe this is a very similar concept in Bujang Valley, and it has been used as a cultural confluence.
Yeah.
But
Even.
yeah,
Yeah. Yes, madam. Even today, we have some crisis going on between Cambodia and Thailand. Do you know the latest development?
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So the latest developments, some, is quite serious in terms of it can be war between Cambodia and Thailand. The Thailand government shoot one army guy in Cambodia because the border. They want to fight for the border. Actually, historically, Angkor Wat is actually belong to Thailand, the
Oh,
temples.
okay.
So just because of the French government,
Mhm.
they are the one separate Cambodia and Vietnam and Laos separate to three countries. They give freedom to maintain by themselves. So the border they be cut. We call it Siam Reap site.
Yes.
So that's why. But it's historically it's been is we call it historically is called as officially they designed the borders by the French government,
Mm.
but some of the borders they feel still struggle to between Cambodia and Thailand government.
Okay.
So anyway, Cambodia is they have the rights to take over Angkor Wat.
Right. It has been
Yeah,
distributed equally at
yeah,
that
this will
point.
be equally. Yeah, I mean, there's no chance that Thailand will take over the Angkor Wat, the temples, the biggest temple in the world, Hinduism temple,
Mm.
the Shiva temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there is some discrepancy that it is called as a Vishnu temple because Vishnu has been placed in the middle of what,
Yes.
but it was
Yeah.
always a Shiva and a Shakti temple, as what I understood also when I visited all the temples, not just Angkor Wat, but all the surrounding temples had lingams, and it's just
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah, I mean the building himself, the Angkor Wat, built by the Tamils, according historically,
Yes.
supported, or maybe they bring the calf people from South Indian to carve the temples. But technically, there's a local people also involved to set up. They
Yes.
bring the stones, proper stones, arrange, and they start to curve. But I can say that the design of the Angkor Wat more like an Asian type. It's not like an Indian type.
Yeah. Correct.
The face, all the body positions and so on look like Asians. There's a no link at all in terms of Indian, South Indian concept. But basically, maybe they run a class. For example, the Indian, they come to Cambodia and they run a class how to do it. So the local people learn, then doing by themselves.
But
So
what
there's
I
no.
have observed there, sorry to interrupt, is that there is a Tamil inscriptions.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I have actually published it also.
yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, if there is funding for us to go and study what this inscription means, we welcome researchers to contact us.
Yeah, I mean I mean, can I ask you? I mean, you saw the Indian writings, right?
Yes.
What century is that?
We
What
couldn't
century of writings?
see the. I have taken this picture in 2023, but I got this revelation that these were Tamil writings after a couple of months, and I published this blog after that. It was all a revelation from Shiva.
Yeah, what I can say, this is can be, it's 11th century's writings, and if the writings can be written or can be read by the modern time, it means, you know uh, there's some transformation of Tamils.
Yes,
Between before Rajendra Chola, nobody can read, because it's like a pure Tamils. But when it come to the Cambodia, it's like a modern types of the writings. Even today, people can read directly.
yes,
So there's some changes is there.
yeah,
So we have to do research on that things also.
yeah. Because I
Yeah.
have taken that picture from a distance using a mobile. So after I have come back and I was going through some of the pictures again, and over meditation, intuition, I got to know that these were all Tamil inscriptions, and I
Yeah.
published it in my social media actually.
Okay. You mentioned that you take a snap closer to the words, right?
No,
Near.
from a distance. I took it from a distance, but the revelation came to me that these were Tamil inscriptions. So I zoomed in to see these pictures again after a couple of months.
Okay, okay. Now let's we talk something. Okay, few years ago, there is a Kali group from South Indian come
Mhm.
visit Bujang Valley,
Okay.
and then the lady go in come inside the museum, and then she touch every stone,
Mm.
and then she said the vibration is there, the energy is there, the mantra's energy is there. She mentioned. So I was surprised how she can feel that energy. So this is maybe she gone through all the experience by meditation or chanting mantras and so on.
Yes.
She can feel every stone. They say have some energy.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, so you went to Angkor Wat, and so how what's your feeling? Do you got any energy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Obviously, they're all Shiva temples and Shakti
yeah.
temple, and it was previously called Yashodarapura. It means
Ah,
yes. So that
nice.
quite interested me because my name was Yashoda.
Ah,
So I went deeper a bit to understand, and I had some little bit of miracle happen there also when I went to Bakse Chamkrong. Uh,
okay.
it was like it's a pyramid shaped temple for made for Shiva. But when I it was very hot in the afternoon. But
Mm-hmm.
when I reached that temple, all of a sudden a little shower came in, just like how I had the experience in Kashi. Vishwanath.
Oh.
The ghat was fully flooded. I could not take a bath in the ghat. So when I wanted
Oh.
to, I kind of told Shiva, how do I enter your temple without bathing in the Ganga? And all of a sudden in Kashi, I had this huge thunderstorm and shower coming in. So I was just going into the temple after that full shower. That similar experience is what I had uh, in Cambodia, in that temple.
Hmm.
So it's a very similar experience. So yes, every part of the temple is has its own vibrations. Mount Kuland, there are 1,000 lingams there. It is slightly away from the location, and there are 1,000 lingams. And there is a particular square which is like 64 lingams in one square. It is of 64 forms of Shiva. This is our understanding when we also do, when you go to the southern Indian temples, there are 64 forms of Shiva that is depicted in the walls of the temples.
Okay. Everybody know Vasu Sastra.
Yes, I'm sure all the people who
Yeah.
follow the Vastu, yes.
Yeah. Even Mr. Gaurav also know about Vasu Sastra. And do you believe that Angkor Wat is built according to the Vasu Sastra?
Yes, because as you can see, all our temples are built in four directions, and in the middle, generally we have the space, right?
So most of, yeah, so most of the Shiva temple
Mm-hmm.
will face north or east.
East, generally all faces east.
Even Shiva temples, is it?
Yes, all. But there are certain temples that would face differently for a
Yeah,
purpose. But
exactly.
yeah, but there was a
Yeah.
spot in Cambodia. We may be diverting a little bit, but there is a spot in Cambodia, Angkor Wat Temple. When you put the compass, it shows zero to the north.
Hmm. That means it's face north.
Yeah, it's showing a particular direction to the structure that is there uh, from the middle of the temple.
Can you, when you put a compass with you
Mhm.
and you front, behind you is a front door of the Angkor Wat. Then you put the compass at the bottom, so the arrow, should show n north.
Yeah, not in
Yeah.
the gate or something. There is a spot, one particular spot in the temple. It's
Okay.
pointing to north and it's showing zero.
Good.
Yeah. So these are differences that you will see in Cambodia. And obviously, I'm sure Lembah Bujang Valley also will have similar experiences. Is there a particular full temple structure there now, or do you feel that the temples are already been ruined now and it is still sitting yet to be excavated?
Yeah, the you mentioned the three questions. The three questions that is really happened actually. Okay, of course, there's hundreds of chandis have not been unearthed, haven't been excavated. Okay, of course, we know at currently there's only one. We call it Site 8A, where we is the Sivan Temple
Mm.
at the museum site. That's the only structure we found that completely. That means they found completely.
Mm.
But of course, if you look, actually the books in my uh, in my car, um, the whole structure without the all the posts, the what do you call without gopuram,
Gopuram. Okay.
without gopuram, yeah.
So it's
Oh,
just a flat.
exact, yeah, only the outside only, the
Okay.
rest are none.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these, do we know where these 100 chandis are, or are we still looking for it, or already been identified?
No, we the government, that's why. The government didn't take too much initiative to go through in terms of investigate, or we call it the archaeological survey, to find out where it's located.
Okay.
You know, is you see, during, I mean, the waterfall area where the drinking water source, that area there's a possible of human activities.
Yes.
So in that area, so it's easy to do archaeological survey actually. But the government think about in terms of financial, and also who which community will be more benefit.
Generally, all
And
civilization, is generally, near the river, right? In the past,
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
days, yeah. So
So
definitely near the waterfall, there's possibility, or near wherever there is a, river
the
that's
the
flowing.
clean drinking water source, uh, and also we can identify in that area where the chandi also can be built, because they use abhishega, the water they use for the to wash, to clean the shivalinga. They need a proper water from the mountain.
Yes.
For them it's holy water.
Hmm.
So possible in that area also, where the chandi also available.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the question now is whether there is enough funding to do the archaeological excavation and
Uh,
subsequent, um, you know,
for
declaration to the public.
yeah, for example, in 2005, government found iron smelting site. We call it Sungai Batu. It's a part of Bujang Valley, but this site is like an ancient iron smelting site. It's industry. It's a complex
Yes.
with the jetty, with the iron production, with the store, with the management.
Yes.
But the range of date is totally different from 800 BC to a ninth century, for example.
Hmm.
So they found different ancient site, ancient iron smelting site in this area. So government spent about 13 million uh, to buy the land, to build all the covers, and for the excavation purpose. So that's the funding. So the money wise, Malaysian government, they have a lot. They can, for them money is not a problem, but the thing is that, um, they must realize that before Islam, Hindu and Buddhisms are the who control the Southeast Asia. They must understand that,
Yes.
because Islam come in the late of the sixth century, 685 AD. That's the beginning of Islam.
Yeah.
But the Hinduism come 500, more than 500 BC. So the government should understand, and so must be declare that Southeast Asia, especially Malaysia Peninsula, is a part of the Hinduisms.
Yeah.
So this is what, just want to share with you a personal information. Last month I meet a professor in University Science Malaysia, and I bring a one research paper which to show that present iron smelting in Sungai Batu, and also latest as iron smelting sources in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, they found 5,000 years old of human activities. It means iron smelting process. And Bujang Valley, and especially Sungai Batu is 800 BC. Now, in Sungai Batu, total 96 sites, only 50 sites is excavate. 46 sites haven't excavate until today.
Okay.
Okay, if they spend more money to excavate, the date will be more further, further up. It can go 1000 BC. So this is can be related to the South Indian. It's possible South Indian migrate to this side, to the south, to the iron smelting, because the same process of dum biryani, the burning both side, is also happen in Bujang Valley. The same furnace, The same 2 year, the pump also same in South Indian in Bujang Valley. So I bring the two research paper to that professor, and then he said, I will check, and then suddenly he said the date 8th century BC becomes 2nd century, because when the archaeologists do research on the stratigraphies, the layer of soil at the beginning of the dating, say 800 BC, when the small particles found at the same up layer, that layer show 2nd century AD. So now the date changed to a 2nd century AD.
Oh.
They simply change. So it's a two not, how to say, totally very far. So how come government can change the date 800 BC to 2nd century AD? You see? And then I bring the paper. Then he said, "Hey Kumar, the layer we found that some of the particles is 2nd century AD. Then then it means India is more much earlier." you know so it means there's no right purpose, a right person, to do a research on iron smelting. Only me, I'm the one started to show the difference between South Indian. Actually, the government, Malaysia government, should know earlier, because everything is a government to government. Recently, just 2 weeks ago,
Hmm.
there's a conference, Bujang Valley conference in Penang.
Yes.
All right. And I didn't go. I know, for me, I don't want to go and visit to listen, because the person in charge, also, the organizer, have no, you see, he bring a 10 speakers from Thailand and from other country. Bujang Valley, most of the information are in Tamil Nadu, are in South Indian. Why he didn't bring at least one professor from Tamil Nadu to give a speech in Bujang Valley in Penang? He bring a person from New Delhi, give a speech about Bujang Valley. So the question is, why government to do a proper way? You
Okay,
see?
so that is more of interest of that organizer.
Yeah, yeah. And then the organizer also is been threatened by the local groups, Malay groups, to stop the conference. Then they changed the title from Bujang Valley to Southeast Asia History.
Okay.
They already changed the title.
I think the
So
most important fact is that we know that, I mean, the latest story is Rajaraja Chola and his, went by boat or ship, whichever the term that you would like to use, went to conquer the Southeast Asia.
okay,
But
even
before that,
yeah.
in the Sangam literature, there is the other individuals that were there during the first Sangam. They have been traveling to Southeast Asia. That history has not come up till now.
Okay, we have three sangams: first sangam, second sangams, and third sangams.
Yes.
Now, the first sangams is about 300 BC.
Yeah.
Okay, second sangam should be in the middle, in the middle, maybe the first centuries, for example.
Yeah.
So that's the one part. And then historically, Raja Chola and Rajendra Chola, father and son. Raja Chola, the evidence, there's no enough evidence to show that Raja Chola was in Kadaram.
Mm.
Only Rajendra Chola is attacked Kadaram. Even the inscription found in Tanjavur temple mentioned Kadaram Kondan,
Yes.
the conqueror of Kada. Okay, it means it's declared. It means Rajendra Chola is already attacked and bring all the treasures back to India. This is already mentioned in the stone inscription. But Malaysia government, they won't accept. They said, Rajendra Chola, if you said Kumar, if you said Rajendra Chola was in Kadaram, in Kedah, should have a coins. There's a no Rajendra coins or Chola coins found in Bujang Valley. Then how come you said Rajendra Chola was in Kadaram?
Mm.
in Tanjavur temple, already mentioned, Rajendra Chola was in Kadaram.
Yes.
So Malaysia government won't accept
Okay.
even Rajendra Chola was in Kadaram. They said we want for more evidence. We want more evidence. For example, there's no coins about Rajendra Chola coins. So how come you said Rajendra Chola was here? But Tanjavur temple inscription already mentioned. It's been written in the stone inscription. There's official written say that Rajendra Chola conquer Srivijaya king was in Kadaram in bring all the treasures back to the South Indian.
Yeah.
So what else evidence they want, for example?
Yeah. True.
So this is the historians, professors from the Malaysian side. So anyway, this is what I'm doing, because I bring a tourism. I don't bring a slogan or in Malay we call mogo, all the doing strikes and so on. I don't do that, but I do indirectly. I mean, I bring a tourism. I bring a people. We do discussion on that site. See what you can see around what's happening. So in that discussion, they can feel something is wrong, something is been changed and so on.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is what I'm doing.
So while you are there, did you feel any kind of vibrations from our ancestors?
Okay, very good question, madam.
Yeah, did you
In
have any
in
kind of intuition that's coming to you that you should
Yeah,
go to a particular place in Lembah Bujang or the Mount Jerai to see a particular place?
okay. You mean
And also, in association with the same question by us, if you can also share, the similar experiences, the spiritual experiences of other people who have been there,
Yes.
that will be more relevant for our audience who will be watching this podcast.
okay? For example, I myself I'm experiencing a third eye. Can I share with you?
Yes, please.
Okay. In 2009, I was working with government as a trainer for students. We call it a national service camp.
Right.
So I train students. I'm a character building teacher. Okay. So the museum and the camp is at 300 meters only distance. So I used to go for jogging and exercise and coming back to the camp. Okay. Then one day I saw a team group of Chinese Indian ladies. They are all the way from Penang and come to the museum, and they say they are from Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Club, association, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring this the yoga mat, and then they do yoga and do meditation. Okay. Then they said, Kumar, you can come join with us. You can do meditation with us. So that's the beginning of me. And then just sit with them, and then for me for me I cannot feel anything, because I'm not expert in meditation. But after they're back to the Penang, and then I personally come and sit for a while, and then do some meditation one day. So one day, about the timing, I can say about 7:10 a.m., where sunrise haven't come yet. I can feel the dark side, and then I sit beside the Chandi, the main Chandi, and then I sit in the bottom at the soil, and then what I feel, of course, the ants start to beating lah, start to bite me, but I can control myself. Then when I close it, start to meditate about 2 or 3 minutes, something like a five head of snakes attack me at the behind. That's the one.
Okay.
And then after a few minutes, I feel whole my body, half on body become stone, become become stone, become stone.
Frozen.
Okay, and frozen. I freezed. I cannot move at all. But my head, I can move. I can think. Only the half from the neck, from bottom, become freeze, become stone. I cannot move at all. Then suddenly, my hand should be like this. It's like this. Then turn, turn, turn. It control become like this. So I close my eyes. Suddenly, you see, in my two eyebrow here,
Yeah.
start to itching.
Mm-hmm.
Circle, 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 itching, 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 itching. The center, I saw one boy riding a lion. Then I saw one boy riding a tiger.
Okay.
Okay, this is what I feel.
Okay.
Okay, then is disappear. I become a normal. But since that year and until today, when I do meditation, I will do like this. Even though I cannot stay longer because of the blood circulation and so on, right? But I'll control it. But you see, this is a nature teach me, the force, some kind of force teach me to do it. Then about just what 5 years ago, my mother asked me, she asked me whether I could come to the Sivan temple in it's one of the Sivan temple in SP in Sungai Petani.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, okay, okay, I'll come. Then I went to the temple. You see the big Shivalinga is there, but beside the wall, there's a drawings. All the saints, the Sitragal, Sitragal say the size with the beard and so on. One of the Sitragal sit under the tree doing like this, pray. Just like me, for example. Okay, since then and then I spark, oh, maybe the same positions, the Sitragals there, I'm also the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so I feel there's some similarities. What the position of that photo and me. Then I realized something. So that's my story actually. Of course, uh, the Rudraksha, for example.
Yeah.
Rudraksha, it can circle some of the stone sites. It can circle anti-clockwise and clockwise. So you can bring your Rudraksha with you. We can test it there.
Okay. I will.
Yeah, yeah.
But did you, at that point in time, did you go back and reflect who this boy is who is riding the lion? There are two boys, two different boys. Did you
Yeah, I mean,
get
uh,
into reflection as to whose energy was this?
okay, very good question. Very good question. So I share with thousands of people. I shared information to many people, even to the music movie director from the British movie director, we call Indian Summer. Then his wife asking me, "Is it your country have tiger?" you know, she oh no, she asking me whether in Malaysia got lion. I said no. There's no lion in tropical countries. Only somewhere in the North India, not even South India. In Africa, for example. Yeah, there's no lion in Southeast Asia, for example. Only tigers. Okay, so I just clear myself. Okay, so the question is, there's no lions. This thing, but some of the people asking, he said, this is a gifted from God. You should not tell to anybody.
But you just shared with us, so thank you very
Definitely.
much.
Because why?
But
Why I share? Why I share? Because why? Okay, the same experience other people also want to have it. That's a Bujang Valley.
yes,
I want everybody must face it. So there's the evidence. There's the Bujang Valley is survived. There's some mantras is there. Maybe some monk or Sitragal or Swami or they bring ashes from India to do prayers here. So the ashes to bring it here for the protection, the ashes. This is called the Shakti practices, the why they say Chandi. Chandi is a Chandiga, Shiva's wife is a Chandiga. So Chandiga becomes short term of Chandi. But the question is why Chandiga? Why Chandi? Because the lady is a Durga, Kali,
correct.
the powerful lady. You know, he's a what do you call the lady with so many powerful. So this is how this. That's why the traders pray her for the protection.
See, the you said two boys. One is
Exactly.
riding a
And
lion. One is riding a tiger.
age 12 or 13, 12 below.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when I mentioned tiger, there's a group called I think this there's a group wearing a dark dress.
Om
um,
Shakti,
no, no, Swami Malay.
Swami.
Uh, the 8 mountains. They cross it wearing a dark dress. Ayappan, Ayappan.
Okay.
Okay, Ayappan. Ayappan. Ayappan driver. Ayappan vehicles is tiger. They said.
Mhm.
They say it's a Ayappan with me. They said it's Ayappan. They said.
But to me, I feel because Gaurav and I have discussed in a previous video that the Mother Earth, the universe, is
Yeah,
essentially is Shakti energy,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what you experience is actually Shakti.
Okay,
Yeah, is what I believe. Uh,
okay.
but the boy is a representation of the sun. So
So yeah, other people say that this what I saw is for me. They said you should be brave in your life. They say you you know should be brave, just like a boy riding a lion or
the
tiger.
strength. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what they say. Yeah,
But
so there's a
the
lot of
deeper
meanings.
meaning, maybe we can discuss this outside of the podcast, definitely, because we need to, when we are there in Lembah
Yeah,
Bujang Valley, we have to have that experience as well, so that our
yeah,
clients also can experience, because
yeah.
each individual will get their own experiences.
Yeah,
But
actually,
yeah,
actually, my plan is what don't want to tell them about third eye. Let them experience and they tell us about the experience. That's the right. If I tell them if I tell my experience to them about third eye, then they will take the opportunity. Then they will do the same thing, and then they say they also saw the third eye, for example. Maybe. So for me, let them, because from your guide, from Yashoda's foundation, you give a proper training so that they can have that third eye with them. Yeah,
yeah,
they can
good.
third eye can be open with your training. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It should come naturally. It doesn't come
yeah,
with force. Obviously,
yeah,
we do have capability to help open it up, but it has.
yeah,
But people have to be ready to receive it. One,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know, uh,
yeah. I
certain,
mean, I'm.
certain people see light.
Mm,
Certain people will see different things. They
okay,
experience blue light, for example.
okay.
Yes, and yeah, some people would just see the third eye itself opening up.
Oh,
Yeah. So there are different clients have different experiences, not necessarily
yeah,
the
yeah.
same. Some people would just see lingam. Uh, yeah. So it's a different experiences. But what you
Mm,
explained is something meant for you, yes. So it is meant as a strength, which I understood also. But I feel just like Angkor Wat, Lamba Bujang is also spiritually a Shiva Shakti energy is existed
yeah.
is there.
Yeah, that's why. So that's why I hope and I believe that your team, Yashoda Foundation, will bring the Bujang Valley back to life.
We hope so.
You know,
We
yeah,
want to.
yeah, we,
I appreciate your kind words. I really
yeah,
want to bring the real facts out there,
yeah,
and I also want people to understand the spiritual energy that exists in Lamba Bujang Valley, and
yeah,
why we should go there to do the meditation and get our healing. The
yeah,
healing is not just for the internal purposes, but it's also to heal our ancestors who have passed on,
exactly,
because they
exactly.
are also at the point of unrest at this point in time. So
Yeah,
their energy also has to be released. Our energy also has to be healed at the same
yeah.
time.
I mean, we hope that you can call back all the souls, the hidden souls and everything. So it make Malaysia more prosperity and more beautiful, because I say uh, Bujang Valley is a mother of Bali.
Mother of
Okay, so why I said, because when you feel Bali, why Americans or the Europeans always go to the
Yeah.
Bali, even though even though the Hinduism is there, Bali is Hinduism, and the Europeans and the Americans, Catholics and all Israel, Jewish and so on, but they went to the Bali doing the practice of the Buddhisms, so they believed. So at the same time, the environment is like a cursed environment. For me, Bali has been curved for good. The curve of the curse of what do you call sorghum, how to say in English,
So the heaven.
uh, heaven, the curse of heaven, the curse. Bali is heaven, so that's why Bujang Valley should be cursed back as heaven.
Not curse back, to bring back to life.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
We don't
powerful
curse
mantra actually.
anything. We don't curse anything. We don't
Yeah, yeah.
release
I understand.
any negative energies.
Yeah, no, no. It's not a negative, but the powerful mantra, as you said, Sakti,
Yeah.
says similar. The Sakti is there.
Yes.
They say Bali is still remain. Even now, Bali is changed the position from a Buddhism to tourism. There's a no 100% Buddhism because it's been changed to tourism. The culture, everything to the money source and tourism.
Yes.
There's a social activities and so on. We can't see a proper Buddhism feelings in Bali, for example. You know,
I
I
believe,
can say,
yeah, I believe there
yeah.
isn't sufficient awareness about the importance of Lembah Bujang Valley because there isn't enough articles or blogs that really talk about the spiritual energy that exists in Lembah Bujang Valley. And
Oh,
I think you're one of the only person who has been, talking about this place for quite some
yeah,
time.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
we need to raise the awareness, just like how I'm raising awareness on meditation, and the importance of healing, because without healing, we cannot move to the next chapter. Healing is so important for us that we cut off all the past generational issues, trauma, everything, and then we set right our life, because whatever our past ancestors had done affects us, and what we do also affects the next generation. So essentially we have to, cleanse that energy. So by
Okay. Okay.
going to all these particular, locations, we actually tap into the energy, and we kind of send that healing that is required to our ancestors, to ourselves, and to the next generation.
Okay, and when you explain about situation, I feel something that I feel that we should bring the team, the 10 tourists, go to the waterfall side, having a bathing. They should go to the bathing side. They will, we will bathing there. So they ask them to prepare towels and so on.
Okay.
We will go for bathing also.
For cleansing purposes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then feel the energy around that area as well.
Yeah, even you even sometimes the sound of waterfall. I mean, when you sit with the noisy area, let it be the noises. Then you can feel something among the noise.
Hmm.
You know,
Okay.
the concentration of meditation. So it's up to them. We can advise them. You can sit in the waterfall side, do meditation. Whether they can do or not. So it's part of the natures.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. As you know that we are made up of that five elements, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
That's right.
water is
That's right.
one of the elements that
Yeah.
we should be connected to. And Lamba Bujang Valley covers all the five elements.
Okay. Can I ask the question? I mean, since you have experience in Shivas and so on, and also meditations, do you think meditation can link to another planets?
If you're referring to traveling astrally to see what's
Yeah.
going on in another planet, I have covered this subject quite a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
The only reason
You,
I say don't travel is because our soul can travel, but then our body has to be protected.
yeah.
I have covered this story many times in different videos, and I still keep
Really?
getting a lot of calls from followers asking about astral travel.
Yeah.
You can go and kind of experience. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it's a planet. You are just connecting to your universe, which is your
Hmm.
source energy, essentially. Hmm? But when you leave your body stays unprotected, and you cannot just leave your body. Your body has to be protected. That's why there was a story by Tirumular, who is one of the 18 Siddhar of, you know, who was under Shiva. And he
Yeah.
left the body to help the shepherd's family because the shepherd actually passed away, and he wanted to help that family. So he took on that body and took the all the cows back home, but he did not keep that body protected. And Shiva made a divine play to hide his body, to teach him a lesson that he cannot just leave his body. And why he did that is because another soul and energy can come and you know come into your body physical,
Yeah.
from in a physical realm, whether that soul is from this current physical form, or a soul that has already passed on and yet want to take on another form. So that is why we should not just simply travel anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, you can talk about it
Yes.
with a group. The important is that the curious.
Yes, and it's a very
When
hot topic. Even
yeah.
in the last 2 3 days, I've been receiving calls because I've given interviews in Roja Tamil TV, and I've been getting calls from people from Tamil Nadu, especially
Hmm.
regarding this subject.
That's very good.
Can
Very good.
we can we do astral travel, and why we cannot do? People are
You
so
see,
interested, but they have to understand the concept behind it, not just do
okay,
travel.
okay. I want to share with you one story. Whether you just tell me whether this story is a fake or true.
Okay,
Okay,
I hope.
there is a temple in the among SP Sungai Petani. Of course, Sungai Petani. Then we have after 14 kilometers, we have one place called Bidong. After Bidong, we have another 8 kilometers. We call it Gurun. There's another town called Gurun.
Okay.
Um, Wait, okay, there's a Gurun. So the Gurun, there's a one rubber plantation
Mm-hmm.
called Harvard Estate.
Okay.
Okay, so the Harvard Estate got three division:
Mm-hmm.
Division One, Division Two, Division Three. So Division Three is a deep inside.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a one temple. It's
Okay.
a story. It's a long story about this temple. Actually, this temple is been abandoned by the previous societies. And then there's a one man Indian guy. He dreamed. Then he went to that temple and he saw the Gopuram site got a lot of snakes because of abandoned. Then somehow he met some Chinese people. Then they got some lotteries and they used the money to build back the temple.
Okay.
Now the temple is nice. And then every Friday they use Homa Puja with the Chinese groups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the special about the temple is there's a one site according to the founder we call it Appa Indian guy. He said he tell me that when Kumar, when you go to sitting site and you do meditation from night 12 o'clock until 4,
Mm-hmm.
when you concentrate, do meditation, all the precious stone from the mountain can come to your hand.
So did you go and
No,
meditate from 12 to 4 a.m.?
no, no, I didn't. I didn't. He
Like,
asked me to try because we know there's monkeys, a lot of monkeys at night, and so on. So of course should be in a group people.
I think he didn't mean to you from a real perspective, but he's saying from a spiritual perspective
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you can experience all the spiritual aura or energy of those particular um, stones that is available in that area.
Yeah, I mean, from that estate to the mountain is about
It's like
8 kilometers.
finding your Chintamani. You know, Chintamani is like a alchemical process, basically.
Hmm.
He didn't mean it as it's not fake. He's trying to tell you from a spiritual standpoint.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why your team should try. We go one day at 12 o'clock, and then we sit there, and then of course I'll be there because the group sitting, and then the apa will invite him to give some speech.
Mm-hmm.
Then because of course definitely because as you know we have a lot of quartz in the mountains. It's
Okay.
simply quartz can collect it,
Mm-hmm.
and we have some other precious stones.
Okay.
Some local believe there's a jade in that site.
Oh.
Even when you type to Google,
Mm-hmm.
I think in Malay word, batu permata di Gunung Jerai.
Okay.
You can come one video. The
Okay.
video is the exhibition video where you can see the arrange. Let me check on YouTube. Let me type the batu. Hold on,
No, Parmata means just for Gaurav and the people who don't speak Malay. Batu means stone. Parmata is those, like quartz or any other important,
yeah.
um, yeah, crystals, basically.
Okay. I found the video already. Okay, the video is about starting with the Jerai Geopark. Maybe I sent to you the link
Yeah, sure.
to
Thank you.
hold on.
We can do that later.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, madam.
So the
Okay.
concept that you are trying to get clarity is that yes, when you sit there, see, uh, each one will be when you become an evolved soul, each one would be given a particular spiritual energy. If you pass all the tests that Shiva Shakti is giving you, right? This is the
Okay.
real essence of a real evolved soul, and it has to be used only for the purpose of dharma and purpose of humanity, for
Yeah.
good, for for good cause,
Yes.
not
Yes.
for destroying humanity. I really want to emphasize this in today's podcast
To
because today,
share to everybody.
to share the wisdom and
Yeah.
knowledge and share the energy for healing and all other things only for
Yeah.
dharma and good, for good cause of humanity.
Not only that, madam.
but today
The,
but today, sorry to interrupt, but today the energy has been used very differently. It has been used
okay.
for greed, it has been used for power, for control, right? So where else all the regular people is still suffering on a day-to-day basis,
Okay.
right?
Your treatment for 3 days, the meditation treatment, should be also should be cure disease purpose. Example. The method.
I don't
The
want to
method.
use the word treatment. We are not
Yeah.
a clinical. I don't want to
I
get into.
understand.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the clinical terms.
Yeah.
I still want to use the word healing meditation because it
Understand.
is through meditation, through divine intervention, we are getting all the healing that is required. And of course, my energy will also get transferred to the clients. But at the same time, we do have, recently in the last few days, we have a cancer patient
Hmm.
who has taken just a call for 3 hours with me, and she has already starting to see recovery in her path. And she,
Very nice.
after talking to me, she says that, of course, I've been teaching her, but within that 1 week, she can see a couple of things that has changed in her body. That
Wow.
yeah, she sees that recovery. So it is. See, I don't want clients to come here as an observer. We want client to experience this,
Yes.
and we don't want clients to come here with a doubt. If you come here with a doubt, you will not receive any kind of energy, nor will the energy get transferred for the purpose of
Okay.
healing. Yeah, you always have to have faith in whatever the divine is going to transfer to you, because it's all about faith. Nambike, Tamilla.
Yeah,
Yes,
and one more thing, madam, regarding the you mentioned cancer just now.
yes,
So we want the tourists also, they make sure that they are healthy, enough healthiness.
of course,
Yeah,
yes,
so
fitness.
they don't want any very serious problems with them, like bone operations, backbone operation, all these things.
Yes,
So it can burden them when they travel and so on. Yeah,
yes.
we should we have to mention also.
Yes, we want
Yeah,
clients who are fit to travel and fit to do a little bit of trekking, a little
yeah,
bit of that, you know, taking bath at the waterfall, etc. Because it'll be slippery, so will be very careful.
exactly. Even we do a floral bath at
Yes,
the Siam temple.
yes,
Yeah,
it is part of our itinerary for day 3,
yeah,
where we're going to be covering a floral bath, which will help us to remove any kind of negative energy that it
yeah.
brings. This will be the last part, so that you go back all cleansed from this
Steam bath,
entire, yes, entire process.
steam bath and a floral bath. Yeah,
Yes. I think this is a very great conversation, Mr. Selva.
yeah.
I truly appreciate your time. Is there something else that you want to cover? I think we kind of covered about the Chandi temple. Um, the Mount Jerai is what I want to little bit. If you have time, enough time, just 5 minutes. Can you talk about Mount Jerai?
Okay.
Because it's a little away from the actual Chandi temple.
Definitely. We started with the excavation done by the British, for example, at the peak. It can be about the peak is 1,200 meters.
Okay.
From the bottom to the peak is a 2 kilometers height. And today, if you want to go to Mount Jerai, there's of course van available, 12 kilometers, but until 900 meters, because the 1,200 meters is been controlled by the government
Mhm.
at the peak. But the story why I'm saying, because the early British, when they start to build some kind of a station on the top, they found stones. The stones, finally, they said it's Navagraha stones.
Okay.
Navagraha, 9 stones. They
Nine.
said nine
Navagraha.
stones.
Yes.
Navagraha. So the stones, they bring it to museum,
Mm-hmm.
and then they display there.
Okay.
But that is in the 1920s, and then the 1957, and then actual 1980 only they set up the museum.
Okay.
And then since 1980 until 2022, it's been 40 years. After then, they reconstruct back the museum, and then they rearrange all the sites.
Okay.
It's become a different formation, which we cannot be identified this stone from the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the
So
mountain, is there any temple, or is
yeah,
there
currently no.
no? Okay.
Currently no. The beginning in the 1940s, of course, in the 1940s, local people, they built a small Murugan temple.
Mm-hmm.
Then somehow, uh, like a is what the story is, how to say, because they say the Murugan statue itself is a herbal mate.
Navapashanam, like that.
Navapashanam,
Just like in Palani, it is made of
yeah,
herbs.
yeah. This is what one of the elderly person mentioned to me.
Okay.
And then,
But
but
was this
but
statue already there before 1940, or it was just done in 1940?
1940s, they just do it in 1940s.
Okay.
It yeah, because why 1940s? Because most of the workers are Indians to do because in 1940, there's a one house officer, British officer house at the museum site. No, at the mountain, and then also the channel, the peak. There's a signal site,
Mm.
like a broadcasting or something, maybe radio station, radio signals at the peak. So the driver or the the staff is Indians. They have to go to the mountain, bring waters, and then stay there, come down. So they're the one set up the Murugan temple, because Murugan temple should be always on the hillside.
Yes.
So that's why they choose Gunung Jerai. They put the Murugan temple there.
Mm.
But after year passed, and the elderly people getting old, and then government come in, and the Malay people come in, and then management change. Finally, the temple is not there. It's been destroyed. I mean, it's been destructed. And then what we heard, that the Murugan statue itself, they push it to the jungle side. It's been, they could identify where is the Murugan statue is. And then some, this one elderly person is quite rich person. He asking me, Kumar, can you go and find for me the statue?
Oh, so the statue is no longer there.
Yeah, because if they push it from the mountain, definitely it come down, drop somewhere on the stone also. Maybe it can break apart.
Was uh, what was the reason for pushing the statue? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
you see, okay, very good question, madam. Very good question. You see, this is what we heard, that the Malay local people, they don't want Hindus, influence. So when nobody take care, and then they want to rebuild, or do some renovation on the site, and then they said, we don't want this temple. They just clear, they just push it down. This is what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically they should do a proper way. Call the museum department or local people, ask them to take it out and so on.
Yes. Yes.
But why they didn't do that? Yeah,
It's unlike in Kuching, there is a Mariamman temple also in the mountain. It was
yeah,
identified after some time. It has been renovated now, and it's received very well in the East Malaysia.
yeah, yeah.
By
I saw
all,
the video.
yeah, by all community. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I saw the video. It's very nice. But I don't know how old the temple is. Do you know how old the temple is?
I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
because,
okay.
yeah, maybe they only found out because Tamil laborers had come down.
Yeah, yeah. That's why. That's why
But
it
I believe,
maybe.
but Mariamman is a pre-Vedic uh, goddess, meaning it's also as ancient as Sangam time.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's a part of the Kola Devangal
Yes,
ancestors' prayers.
yes, yes.
And probably the temple is about 100 years old, because the starting of the laborers travel to the Kuching.
During the
You know,
British time. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. We don't know, because when the British first sent to the Lembah Kelang first, and then the ship also traveled to the Kuching.
right.
We don't know which year is that,
Okay.
so we have to check the date. Yeah,
I think this has been very interesting topic on history through you. I'm
yeah.
sure we are going to be, covering quite a lot during the 3 days, 2 night. We are going to be we have partnered with a very good hotel in Kedah. It's
Okay,
in the vicinity of the city,
okay,
and people can travel in either through Penang or through Kedah, Alustra. Either one of them are equal distance to the hotel. And once they check in, our retreat starts from there.
okay,
Yeah. So the date of the retreat is July 7 to 9. It is a weekday. We have kept it uh, because we really want people to come, take a break from their day-to-day work, and really take a break and come and understand this concept of having a healing with meditation at a spiritual confluence, of Lembah Bujang Valley, and experience all the different kind of energy. What you've explained to me also happened in Almora. When I was sitting in Almora Kasa Devi temple in Uttarakhand, I had very different kind of experiences. So it is required that one should take a break out of the city limit to go connect with the nature, because nature is who we are, and that's where we get to tap on all the spiritual energy that is freely available to us for our healing. So I encourage our viewers to join us in our retreat. So I hope to see you all there. Gaurav, do you want to add
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
or Mrs.
yeah. Mr. Gaurav, I think you have a lot of knowledge with him. We should also listen from him also.
No, actually, it's see, you're the guest for the podcast, so absolutely, it's time for us to learn from you and your knowledge of this. So it's like Bujang Valley. When I was exploring the topic, is itself a quite a meaningful and quite a I would say I don't want to use the word mysterious, but it's quite of historically it has a value.
Yeah,
Uh, and as more as I'm exploring this place, more and more curious I'm getting. So I believe it will be a great experience for all of our customers also to join this retreat and learn from you, learn from Yash, and also experience the place itself. Because all I want to wrap up with is that
Yeah,
the ideal gurus, the most most profound gurus have nothing to give you. You have to withdraw from them.
yeah,
So intent has to matter most, and this is I learned from Yash also. Uh, the intent of being there, present there, and absorbing the energy from there, and then melting yourself into the entire landscape, entire place, entire energy of the place is the real way you can get anything out of this retreat. So I really believe it will be a great experience for all of the people over there, and I hope to see all of our customers to be with this place. So I really thank you for both of you guests, to have this wonderful discussion. And if you have any closing remark, you can offer us.
okay. Mr. Gaurav, there's a lot of articles, journals, books about Bujang Valley. Thousands of them. You can go through online. Even I can share a book about 500 pages about Malaysian history. One of the chapters about Bujang Valley. So it is written 1940s by the British, the original source. We call primary source. So these kind of books we have to dig and read to get the actualities. You know, as Mr. Gaurav said that there's no mysteries. It's a historical and also blessing. It's the land of blessings. This is what we're going to use. It's been blessed by the thousands of traders, also all the gurus, all the bhikshus who stay here. They feel safe. They have a water source a lot in Bujang Valley. So they mean they can stay for long term. Even the communication with the people are friendly. Not like in a Sabah, Sarawak. I think Sabah got headhunters. you know. So here none. So people are friendly. They can communicate with them. So it means that the land is beautiful. Even the rivers, it's a lot of rivers just like snake. That's why we call it also Bujanga. And also, of course, mountain a lot of cobras. Also, we call it Bujanga. So it's a beautiful land actually. That's why we call it valley.
Sure, sure. Very good. Sure, yes. So thank you very much for your time, and Mr. Selva, your time as well. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for both of you for
thank
being there and discussing this.